And officially, it's another weekend in the making. Naturally, weather is leading off most every news program across this entire country, if not internationally, with this being not only a rather unusual event because it's seldom that our southern privilege even allows serious northern born snowy events to spread nastiness in this part of the world. Keep it up there, y'all. That, of course, is what will dominate our content today as well, no doubt about it. We'll discuss what we should and should not be doing, those warnings that could come in handy this weekend. Good morning and welcome to Live and Local Real Talk. I'm Rayford Brown. Chilly.
We're having a heat wave.
No, we're
tropical
not.
heat
I
wave.
wish we
I'm
were.
Chris Marks.
You wish it. You're just a wishing and hoping.
Good morning on the same one. I'm Lee Barrows.
After what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
What you were
She got
talking
a lot of
about
nerve.
before the mics went on.
That was before we went
Are you
live.
talking about,
I mean, he's over here
frost-
singing about a heat wave.
And
And
you were talking about frostbite and what to do to, well,
I learned that last
Well.
night at some training.
yeah, well, but that's not what you did. Yeah, you carried it a little far. All right, there we would do some of the weather first. We are
weather.
not under a winter storm warning right now. That happens tonight,
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock
10 o'clock.
Eastern time, and it will last until 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon at least. So that's what is going to be going on. I'll just give you a quick briefing. This is from the National Weather Service. Heavy snow is expected. Total snow accumulations could be between nothing and 10 inches. They're saying 6 and 10 inches. And what could be expected? Heavy snow is expected. Total snow accumulations between 6 and 10 inches. They didn't say maybe, but that's what they meant after that. And the counties here in eastern North Carolina: Martin, Pitt, Greene, Lenore, Duplin, Onslow, and Craven, Jones, then Pamlico and West Carteret counties. Those are, that must be the western Carteret County because there is no West Carteret County, is there? Is there Carteret
There's a
County?
high school.
High schools.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but no.
about it.
So they're just
Yeah.
going to have snow winter visor right there at West Carteret. No, this is western part of Carteret County is what they meant. And like I said, from 10 o'clock this evening, that's when that warning actually goes into effect. That means there could be snow anytime in between those times. Impacts. Travel can be very difficult. No kidding. It's difficult on a normal sunshiny day. These conditions, it's disastrous. Okay, so be very careful out there. And here's one of the other issues that we will have. The winds are going to be gusty, regardless of what else comes from the sky. It's going to be
Yes.
windy, very windy. If snow accumulates, so especially on tree branches and power lines and stuff like that, power lines that probably won't stay there. Freezing rain does, snow doesn't do it so much, but on tree limbs, yeah. And then that weights those tree limbs down. I'm sure you guys have seen it in the past. And the problem with that is not just the weight, it's the wind that starts moving those tree limbs that are become very breakable at that point in time, and they come tumbling down. Don't go walking into woods is the bottom line here. And if you happen to, if for any reason a power line, which doesn't happen that often, you should come down in your neck of the woods, that doesn't mean it's not hot. That means that one side of it might not be hot, but the other side, unless that circuit breaker did pop up top, it's going to be putting out, depending upon which side of the line this is, whether it's on the house side of the line, 240 volts, on the transmission side of the line, the big overheads before it hits the transformers, it could be thousands of volts. 17 to 27 is what some of the normal transmission voltages are. So don't go out there. Don't just stay away from any lines that are on the ground unless you know that they're cable lines, telephone lines. Keep your butt away from them.
That's it. It's good advice. People need to understand that the cable lines, phone lines, they carry very, very minimal
Yep.
power, electricity. But the electrical lines,
Yeah, they'll knock you on your butt
You
for
darn
good
right.
if you're not careful. And since that snow is water-based, it conducts a lot of electricity very well, and it goes straight to the ground. So between that power line and the ground that the power will be going to is you,
Mhm.
and it flows through you. You're dead if you're lucky.
And, yeah.
Otherwise, you're just fried inside. So be very, very careful. Stay in touch with the National Weather Service or some legitimate organization putting out the National Weather Service warnings. All right. So a lot of people will start to hype it. The first snowflake, you will say, this breaking news. Anyway, it'll be all over the internet and pictures and everything else. So we got breaking news. It's snowing here. Yeah. Well, okay, good. Just stay away from the hype and the predictions from other folks. If you want to know what it is, the National Weather Service is right there. It's your beck and got it. Okay. If you've got an old scanner lying around, maybe your race scanner that you could tune in the frequencies that the race drivers are used to be using, like Lee used to do and probably still does.
No.
The police department frequencies. Those guys,
I have one,
law
yeah.
enforcement these days, they don't generally broadcast too much on the frequencies that you can easily monitor, and they got all sorts of encryption and everything else involved. But these old scanners, you might want to dig them out, and I'm going to give you a couple of frequencies you can program in just to have for fun. Is 147.000. That's 147.000 megahertz. There are no codes on it that you need to know about. They won't help you at all. And you can listen to the primary ham radio frequency in this area, the repeater, and you'll hear it from all over the county area. Also, 444.675. That's where, when the hams are declared there is a state of emergency among the ham community, that's when they go out and start maintaining a watch, and they will do it on that frequency, 4.675. Your radio may be old enough that it doesn't pick up the UHF bands, but if it does pick up UHF, that will be the one for you to tune in, 444.675 and 147.000. Okay, before we get into the weather, pretty heavy. Are y'all ready?
Yeah, I've had a lot of people send me messages on Facebook and asking not so much about how to stay warm. Obviously, if you have a generator, you're okay. Don't run it inside, folks. But the other thing was food, and staples like peanut butter and crackers, tuna fish,
apples.
You haven't gone to the store
fruits,
by now.
vegetables, things like that. Yeah.
Do
you
your
could
blessing.
Really survive. A lot of those things that you could.
Yep. You want to get over a boring apple for a while? Just go ahead and put a little bit of peanut butter on that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That makes it a food product. That's one of the primary food products.
Yeah. Nutritional bars, things like, there's a lot of things that you could eat and survive on. Boil some eggs real fast. You can, have those. And people that are stocking up on the milk,
good luck.
Just stick it. Yeah. I've got 4
Stick
gallons.
it
Nope. Outside. I mean, you got natural refrigeration now outside, and you're going, okay, I've got 4 gallons, but I've got nowhere to put it. Put it outside on your back steps. Yeah.
Honey, get the milk from outside. That can is frozen. It's going to be cold.
Well,
Bring it in at night.
Put it under the air bucket of snow. You'll be fine.
Bring it in at night.
Yeah, there's just so many things that you could actually buy, and I know that people.
Now, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done.
Rayford, I have a question to ask you because I kept seeing this all over Facebook last night.
And it must be true.
I know it must be true, right? But I was reading some of the comments and the people were saying, what? All right, your HVAC system, your unit that sits outside that's got the fan blades in it, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
There was posts being put on there by people who own HVAC businesses, repairmen, et cetera, saying that you need to cover the top, not flat against it,
No.
but like put stuff over it to keep the snow and the ice from going in and freezing your fan
It
blades?
will be better if you do that because the fan does not turn all the time. It's hard to freeze up a fan that's turning all the time. But when it stops in between, when the temperatures reach a certain
Right.
amount and your thing goes shuts down for a
Right.
while, that fan blade is not going round and round and round. Now, me under those conditions, since I'm not going to go out there and try to cover it up, what I would
Mhm.
do is that little fan over there on your thermostats where it says fan or automatic,
Right.
put it on fan. That fan
Well,
will go constantly. That doesn't mean it's going to be circulating hot air because just your HVAC is not generating hot air when the thermostat has it shut down for a period of time. But the fan blade won't stop. It won't stop. It's hard for it
mhm.
to freeze up.
No, what they showed was an idea
But
of
yeah, a lean-to would be great.
taking some bricks and putting it on the corners of the unit,
Mhm.
putting a piece of plywood on top of that, a couple bricks on top of that to keep the plywood on to show you so everything is getting air, but it's keeping the snow and ice out. And I'm thinking, in all the years of my life and past snowstorms, ice storms,
Mhm.
never done that, never had an issue. Is that something that you should do?
I don't know whether you should do it. It sounds very like a very good idea.
Get Starzinski on the phone.
If you had any issues,
gonna ask them.
whatever, well, they do electrical stuff. So,
Well, they would know.
well, we should get the guys up here at Humphrey or
Humphrey, yeah.
over at Jacksonville Heating. If any of those folks are listening, tell us what to do.
Yeah, tell us what to do.
And again, if you flip it over to just fan, it will
Right.
turn all the time.
Well, I don't want something to run all the time. That's
Well,
doesn't
a lot of
normally.
people, a lot of people
Right.
do that anyway because
Right.
it keeps the air circulating during the summertime and whatever, instead of it becoming very warm or very cold and just very
Right.
stagnant there. You've got air circulating. It's more evenly spread.
Yeah.
Well, they
during the whole
also
time.
said that if your fan blades did freeze up, to set your thermostat on emergency heat. And that's a whole nother electric bill.
Oh yeah.
Phew.
It is, but
You've got electrical,
Mhm.
and it's likely at 9 degrees. If we get that low temperature, you're going to switch over to those heat strips are going to come on anyway because it depends upon what kind of unit you
Well,
got.
may-
Now,
maybe-
I've got a gas pack.
Maybe
my,
somebody will call that knows for sure. I kept seeing it everywhere. Everywhere I looked yesterday, I kept seeing that, and I thought I've never personally done that before.
Yeah.
But I mean, it makes sense. But is it necessary?
I won't.
Do I need to go out there today and do that? We'll see.
Well, that's it. You'll see.
We'll see.
Let us know
well,
how it works out for you.
if they're turning, and they're going to keep turning because even if you had with the heat pump, you're going to keep turning. And people, by the way, it doesn't turn your. Let's see, make sure I'm right on this. It doesn't turn your air hotter. It's taking the air from the outside and warming
Right.
it for your home. We're blankets. We're all in
Triple layers.
Yeah, triple layers
See
and things,
that.
and layer up. Use blankets and stuff.
Some of us are wearing leather.
Well, I know two of us aren't, and we're next to each other.
What? Leather? Who's wearing leather?
Well, leather. I mean, it's hard for wind to penetrate leather.
Right?
It's a very dense
Is that
product.
right?
True. Yes.
Okay.
So
Well, I
Ask the
wouldn't know.
buffalo.
Yeah.
I would. But
Brandy said, go outside and clear any built up snow away from the machine, especially if we get larger
That too.
snowfall amounts.
Oh,
The
yeah.
bottom also needs air circulation.
It does.
Very good, Brandy. Yes, that's a good point.
But here's something else about
Wow.
it's cold in your house. It's gotten cold because it's cold outside. We're not used to it. The systems we have may or
Mhm.
may not be designed to handle 9 degrees if we get that low, as some are predicting. These really, really teens and single digit temperatures that are possible,
Mhm.
our systems may not be able to bring the temperature in the house up to 70 degrees, 68 degrees and maintain it, period.
What's mine on right
Your
now?
windows are awful. I mean, they let air in.
Oh, yeah.
They're not heat efficient. If you want to cover them up, that's cool. you can also go into one room that you're going to be mainly living in. Suppose you don't have doors there. You got some extra blankets or something like that. Pin them up overhead just to block off that one room. Leave enough for air circulation if you're using gas logs or a wood fireplace. You need air circulating a little bit, not much.
Yeah. So public service announcements for those of you that are going out trying to find ice melt, de-ice things for the ground
Snow
stuff.
shovels.
Forget it. Okay. There is none. I did research last night
It's all gone.
to help it. Yes. There is none within 150 miles of
Yeah,
Jacksonville.
there is. There's some within about 10 feet. Well,
other
30 feet
than
from
what
me.
you got.
I got 2 big bottles of it.
I saw the easiest thing to do. You got a flamethrower.
Yeah, why not? That's what I said. I'll do it.
I saw a guy doing that yesterday.
On your heating systems, I don't care. Your heating system thermostat, if you want to set it up to 90 degrees, it ain't going to cool it anymore. It's not going to heat it anymore, any faster.
No.
By setting it higher than the maximum temperature that system will hit. And the bad thing about doing that is it'll keep running and running and running and never shut down long enough to get its breath. If your temperature, you would like it to be at 68 degrees, set your thermostat at 68 degrees and keep your fingers off of it. Because it won't heat or cool any faster if you move your thermostat up or down.
No.
Way up or way down, it doesn't cool any faster.
Get a sweater.
Or heat any faster.
Yeah, I just looked at mine. Mine is set at 68 right now. Indoors 69. It's on econo. So, and then after 8:30, it'll drop a little bit.
Good for you because you have who?
Jones Onslow.
Yeah, and that's who sent out a thing yesterday to everybody saying, move it to 68 and just
you'd be better off.
Layer up and wear a sweater, a sweatshirt.
Okie dokie. Let's go into something else first. We'll pick all this up in a little bit. Might as well knock a little bit of weather out, but had some mess in North Carolina yesterday and over in Surrey County. So we'll talk about that when we get Mount Airy of all places.
I know.
And
The home of
Andy Griffith. Well, the Andy Griffith show. Mayberry. Y'all.
I know I want to go there. I've never been there.
Looking towards the deep blue Atlantic Ocean today, offshore northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet every 3 seconds. I don't really want to be there. It's cold. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop. Tomorrow, northerly winds 25 to 35, gusts to 40 knots, seas 7 to 10 feet, 7 to 10 feet. No. 2 to 4 near shore if you can get there. Sounds and rivers very rough. That means it's going to be tough to even get to the inlet. Why do you want to? Sunday, northwesterly winds 30 to 40, diminishing to 25 to 35 in the afternoon. Sea still 7 to 10 feet. Sounds and rivers extremely rough, diminishing to very rough in the afternoon. When they're extremely rough and they're coming down to very rough, no. Just say, no, I'm not going to do it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, today increasing clouds with a high near 42. Calm wind becoming northeast 5 to 7 miles per hour in the morning tonight. A chance of snow mainly after 1 a.m. Mostly cloudy with a low around 25. Saturday, snow, high near 31. North wind 14 to 16 with gusts as high as 25. Saturday night, snow. The snow could be heavy at times. Low around 17. Blustery with a north wind 17 to 24 with gusts as high as 38. Sunday, a chance of snow before 1 p.m. Partly sunny with a high near 29, and it will once again be blustery with the winds.
Okay, the snow gonna stop at some point in time Sunday if we get snow at all, right? So most of the weather people are continuing these days to say could be, possibly. There's lots of buzzwords they're using to those just in case things don't happen the way they're predicting. We're not going to have egg or snow in our face like we did last weekend. But if it's true and the high on Sunday is 29 degrees, whatever is on the ground, unless the sun comes out bright, is going to stay on the ground. The bad thing is it will begin to melt a little bit because all y'all going to get out there and drive on top of it. The pressure from your tires will melt it. the ruts will be melted. And then the water, wait till Sunday night and it refreezes. And then that layer of ice, slippery, sliding ice, you cannot control your vehicle on it. The best you can hope for is a snowbank.
Yeah, really.
Seriously, if they do plow the roads and stuff like that, if you go into a skid on ice, the best you can hope for, hope it's not a utility pole, but the best that you can hope for. Oh yeah, well I guess one of those big mattress sales where they always have mattresses for sale alongside the road, that or a snowbank will be your only salvation.
Yeah.
And don't forget those rivers and creeks and New River, there's water there. And even if there's ice on the top of it, it's not going to support your car. If you slide off into that water, count to 10 and then just take a deep breath.
Yeah.
And that's,
That's a good point.
Make it fast.
Because there are spots that have already started to freeze up.
Yep.
May I make a suggestion? If you do have to go anywhere in your vehicle, make sure you put a blanket in the back seat, put your jumper cables in the back seat. Maybe, it depends on how far you're going to, but just be prepared, because if you get out in the traffic, something happens and everyone's at a standstill and it starts to get cold.
Yeah, I want a hint today, and I'm gonna create a
My
traffic
suggestion,
jam
stay
down
home.
on Old Bridge Street right now.
Right.
I was at Tideline Marine yesterday, and they had a whole stack still left over, and they've got a big sale going on because they're closing, right? Changing owners.
Yep.
And they got a big stack of hand warmers. A big bunch of those are on display at the front counter. First come, first serve.
Yeah.
They open at 8:30, and by 9 o'clock, you
There
might
you
not
go.
get them. So if you're going to go out today and you want some hand warmers, and they're on sale and whatever, just run by there and pick up a bunch of for you.
Yeah, it's a good point. You mentioned downtown last night. I don't know that Les Still was making a joke. He shouted out to the Onslow County Sheriff's Department.
That was funny.
Wasn't it
What did
under
he
Sheriff
say?
Thomas? Well,
Well,
people-
Trevor is at it again.
yeah. And
Oh,
so,
God.
so he's making up what to call this event.
Uh-huh.
And Les Still has got, the screen behind him. He goes, here, Jacksonville, 14 inches. So here's some of the names that the sheriff's deputies office
Oh my.
deputies have been trying and calling nicknames for it.
Yeah.
It was a
that are
two.
repeatable.
All right, this is what he did. He posted, it was 21 hours ago. He said, "Hey, on Snow County." And like the upcoming winter weather this weekend, we have taken the liberty of developing several hashtags for you to use as you prepare to hunker down indoors. And these are some of them. On Snow County, Jacksonville snowing again, Snowbackle Road, Tar Heel Tundra, Snowmageddon, Head Snow Alina, Tails, California. Oh, okay. And hashtag rock. And then they went on to say, yes, we saw you this morning, Brian North on WCTI. And then the hashtag Arctic NC, hashtag Ice Crystal Coast. And they were saying, if you've got one, drop it in the comments before. Well, TV12 picked it up.
Yeah.
Oh my
It
God.
was Les with the weather. And he said, I see you, Onslow County Sheriff's Office. So they were going back and forth, and it was really funny.
His
Great
favorite,
Great job, Trevor.
his favorite was Snowmageddon.
I like
Yeah.
that one too.
That was
yeah.
a good one.
Snowmageddon.
Yeah, because he pointed to 14 inches, which I don't think we're going to get 14, but
I'm not going to go there because
Yeah.
I never thought we'd get 18 inches in Wilmington. And
well, yeah.
Didn't know
Yes.
we'd get any
And the
before
National
Christmas.
National Weather Service last night was comparing this to our snow of 1989.
Mhm.
So
And
we'll see.
the ones in the early 80s, people forget.
There
in
was one
March.
1980
Yes.
March 1st, to be honest,
Yeah.
because I was trapped.
And
I remember that one well too.
I was working at a radio station, an AM station, and we were snowed in New River. And we were told by the general manager, I don't know how you get there and get the radio station on the air. So,
Absolutely.
and it was a walk from New River Shopping or New River Apartments to the station over here. You're familiar with it.
Yep.
The sign behind Sandy Run. That was a trek.
I was working at Gibson's
I made that
there.
trek one time from the New River where I lived on New River Drive.
Yeah.
And could not get out of the driveway. And I put on my cold
That's
weather
it.
stuff and I made it.
Mhm.
Cold weather stuff.
Yeah.
You talking about garbage bags with tape around it?
No, I had.
You had it?
Yeah, because I hunted and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I was stupid in those days, but I was glad that I had the gear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I had this insulated coveralls.
I know.
Oh my God, I miss those things.
The guys I used to fish with on the Core Banks in
That's good.
November, they had those.
Yes,
I
they're
didn't.
wonderful.
I
Just
didn't.
don't get in the water with them.
I had lots of sweatpants and things.
All right, over in Surrey County, that's Mount Airy. 4 people shot, 2 were killed. The North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation called to assist with the case. That happened early afternoon yesterday. Investigators are still piecing together what happened. I'm hearing all sorts of reports, but nothing that I'm
Right.
going to talk about has been confirmed. Nothing that I will not be talking about. And the reason I won't be because I don't have a confirmation of anything. Could be there, but I don't have it. When deputies responded to the call, they found 4 victims, 1 dead at the hospital, 2 others recovering. This went down in a residential area. The SBI, the Surrey County Sheriff's Office, and ATF, interesting, are investigating. Details are sketchy, but lawmen have actually put a lid on everything. In this day of loose lips and socialist media, good job in getting those areas secured
Yeah.
before the blame games get started and misinformation comes spewing forth. Already the media has labeled this a mass shooting. Sounds awful,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Technically, it's correct. I
Right.
concede that, but it's called a mass shooting to get more attention for the headlines.
When I first saw that, like you said, it came out, said mass shooting in North Carolina. I was like,
figured 20
what?
people been shot.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of.
Anything over 3 depends upon who you ask. They got several different categories. If it's 2 or more, it can be labeled a mass shooting. Other people say it's 4. Other people say it's 5 or 6. Whatever. 4 people were shot. Period. Why don't you
Yes.
just say that?
Yes.
A teenager has been arrested, accused in social media posts threatening 2 Nash County schools. The teen, a 14-year-old girl, was charged with communicating a threat of mass violence on an education facility. The posts were made late Tuesday night, sometime after 10 o'clock, and the sheriff's office telephones lit up. The sheriff's office worked with the school system with the immediate problem of making sure the schools were safe for students on Wednesday morning or to shut them down. It wasn't long before investigators had identified the girl as their suspect. By mid-morning Wednesday, with help from the SBI, the girl confessed. Given the age of the student, as well as working to conduct an investigation, not much in the way of the nitty-gritty details will likely come out right away. I'm sure they will at some point in time. But right now, they're still investigating hot and heavy, making sure there's nothing going on, which they concluded after their interview with the young lady. God, I would have loved to have been on that one because, you know, Jesus was scared out of her. You realize that, right? Those are always fun to do. Okie dokie.
Speaking of that, so update on the story we did about the shooting, Henderson and
Oh, yeah.
William Street. Was it William? Street? Davis Street here in Jacksonville, where eventually the young lady who reported the shooting, her vehicle, was arrested for shooting her vehicle. And then her boyfriend or acquaintance or anything, he was arrested for taking the gun from the scene. And they both got $500 bond, but
They both were
what a
arrested.
bunch of knuckleheads.
Downtown.
Well, you know what? When you first of all, you create a situation where you put a lot of people in fear. A lot of people in fear. The police are like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah.
And of course, when they approach the scene, they don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
and that's when you see people. Oh, they got the guns drawn. Well, what good is the gun in a holster if you go into a shooting scene?
Yeah.
Tell me that, would you?
She's trying to say that somebody shot at her vehicle
Right.
and hit the windshield, when in all actuality, she shot the weapon from inside her vehicle and it hit her windshield.
Well, you
So,
could tell by the ringing in her ears.
oh,
Because I have done that, not through my windshield, but to shoot out the window.
yeah.
Oh, won't do that again, ever.
And her boyfriend went and hid the weapon, so that
Yeah,
didn't,
that was
none of that.
Having taken criminology, Rayford, we know you were in law enforcement. Lee, you,
Somewhat, yeah.
well, you were in
Yeah,
some
yeah.
way, but our officers, our law enforcement people, they're pretty smart. And folks, if you shoot a gun from inside,
They can tell.
it's going to go like that.
Yeah. They know by looking at it. Yeah.
What was she, 19?
19.
When the glass is outside the car, not on the inside. Let me explain something to you. These people that decide I'm going to break into my own house
Yeah.
and make it look like that. I got to break this window. I got to break this window. And they crack the glass and this all falls out. No. If you go and put footprints and it's going and coming,
Yeah.
no.
I can't wait. One of our viewers, Ray, is called Buffalo, his family up in Buffalo, to get tips
Buffalo.
on Buffalo, New York, one of the snow capitals of the world, to get tips on what to do. I think it's a little bit different. They're ready for it up there.
Yeah, they are, maybe.
Yeah.
They've been there, got the T-shirt. I don't know that you ever get ready for something like that. That's like being
You
ready
know.
for hurricanes. I'm not ready. I've been through a bunch. But I'm
And
not
that's the
ready.
big argument. The Northerners who come down here to the South and they're like, hey, it's not. We're different in the aspect that we don't have snow plows.
If we did, they'd be rusted in between events.
I know.
You couldn't get them started. Think about it.
DOT's not out there every hour putting salt down.
No.
It's just different down here.
Yeah, they-
And
DOT, the first thing DOT does when something like this happens to get the salt, it's not just, they go to every grocery store in town and buy all the Morton salt they can get and put it in the back of those trucks. That's a fact, Jack. Trust me. I read it on social media. Speaking of the weather, around Oslo County this morning and beyond today, believe it or not, even further than you know about, Lee. Randy out there in the Southwest this morning, he's checking in with 20 degrees, 92% humidity. And it was very calm, no wind and no rain. And he said it was calm and clear. Here it was calm and dark. Whatever. Craig, on his way from Richlands to Jacksonville, it was 22 degrees when he left Richlands and 25 degrees when he hit Jayville. Here at the studio at that time, it was 19 degrees, and the current time, it's 17 degrees. It's been falling, 92% humidity, east-northeasterly winds at 1 to 2, nothing in the rain gauge. Barometric pressure here was 30.27, and let's see if it's going up or down. Yep, it is rising slightly, 0.28 now, ever so slightly. Lee, over in the woodlands this morning, it was 23 chilly degrees.
cold.
79% humidity. West winds very light, nothing in the rain gauge. Lee out there in the back swamp. There's two different Lees here, y'all. Lee in the back swamp, 21 degrees, 97% humidity, calm. No wind, nothing in the rain gauge. His barometric pressure was 29.95. In the borough, Joe said it was 22 degrees, 95% humidity. No wind, no rain, no precipitation, no snow, nothing else. And he had a steady barometric pressure reading of 30.05. Mark checked in from Duplin County this morning up there. Where was it? Pink Hill or somewhere? I believe he said 24 degrees, 39% humidity. Brian called in from southern Illinois this morning. That's a first for us. I haven't heard Brian before. Checking in, 19 degrees it was there, 73% humidity, no wind and nothing in the rain gauge. Now, you ready for Ward, Cedar Point? 28 degrees, 48% humidity, nothing in the rain gauge, northeasterly winds, very light. Dale and Carroll up the river around the bend, 19 degrees, 94% humidity. Wind was calm and nothing in the rain gauge. Ken in Onslow Bay, it was 23 degrees. 66% humidity. Bill up at Catherine's Lake. A lake must be, if there's any water in it, it's ice. It's 23 degrees there. He had no precipitation. Now let's go up to Massachusetts.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. East Falmouth, is that the way they pronounce it? It was 08 degrees. It was 8 degrees there this morning. Winds are out of the west at 5 to 10. They had gusts overnight of 21 miles per hour. A sign of things to come, I'm afraid. 30.0 inches of mercury, and it was steady. He said there was 1 foot of snow still on the ground. They had no new precipitation, but still had a foot on the ground. Over in East Massachusetts, not sure where, Eastern Massachusetts, John, up that way. It was Holden, Massachusetts. It was 3 degrees there, 29.90 inches of mercury. Northwesterly winds at 6 miles per hour. We're lucky here, y'all.
Yeah.
This is what was going on, clear and 21 degrees. So, I hope we don't get that low. We have been that low. We've been lower than that low. In Wilmington, 1989, and that was the storm of forevermore.
Yeah.
It was 0 at the National Weather Service because I was watching the teletype reluctantly that morning on Christmas morning at 6 a.m.
Our number is 910-333-0139, and I would like to interview one of our former guests, Tom Duty.
Yeah,
Tom was in here. Tom is an amazing young man. He's a professor teaching for the East Carolina University. He does it remotely from home. Tom was former law enforcement, and Tom has just been accepted into the 2026 Next Gen Leaders Program
Yeah.
of Disability in. And Tom, if you're listening, I know we talked yesterday, and you got to get the girls on the school bus, and so whenever you can call in, we'd love to talk to you. He's on now. He's got to get the girls to the school bus, I think, but he might be able to call in at 8:15. But Tom, whenever you can call in, it's a wonderful story. Wonderful gentleman. I just love the guy. He's just an inspiration.
He's wonderful. Yes, he's an inspiration.
As we've talked about here, pretty much everybody around here in these parts, across North Carolina, there was a dry run last weekend. Pardon the pun. Here, it was supposed to be some snow. They thought things was not moving this far south. This one's coming from the ocean. There's a low pressure system that's built and has been building over our Atlantic Ocean. That's where we get our mess. When it gets sloppy and unpredictable and big, we don't have a clue how bad it's going to be. They don't have a clue, so therefore we can't tell you how bad it can be. You may get an inch, you could get 12 inches. Who knows? Who knows? We thought we could get 1 to 3 inches in Wilmington in 1989. Nope. 17 inches later, no. Yeah, that was a big surprise. And things like that will paralyze an area. We are getting ready here for what could be a significant winter weather event, is what they call it. It's an event where no tickets are sold. You're suggested stay home.
But you get a front row seat.
Yeah, you do, from your picture window.
That's right.
The stores were crowded yesterday. I did not get in them. I did go get some gasoline. If traffic was an indicator, the stores are busy.
Yeah.
They were yesterday. Everyone seemed to be topping off their gas tanks. I will tell you that. Not a bad idea. It's actually pretty thoughtful right now. Doubtful you'll be going anywhere. It's okay. You don't need to go anywhere. Stay home. But if push comes to shove, you can start your car after day 3 with no power in your house, and you can charge your cell phones from your car. Okay. If your car is parked in a garage, don't do that. Raise the garage door first.
Well, mine's going to be in the garage starting today.
You'll be sleeping in it too? Maybe.
No, but I'm putting my truck in the garage because if we get a lot of snow, that's less snow I have to clean off my truck.
Oh, you just wanted to be pretty, don't you?
I'm just going to back it in there, and then when I get ready to leave for any reason, I can throw it into 4-wheel drive and boom, I'm gone.
Hey, as we go through the morning today, if we know that snow and the threat of snow and the promise of snow excites a lot of people, drives some of us crazy.
Yeah.
I just remember the bad times, and I don't remember any good times in snow. except when it was a snow day and I could go out and blast off 500 rounds in the backyard and nobody came a calling because we didn't live in the city and we had a backdrop and nobody else lived in the neighborhood. As we go through this morning, though, if you've got some things that you're doing that maybe you brought from up north when you moved here. We know a lot of folks who have moved into this area and they know what they did there. Whether it will work here, I don't know. They say they know how to drive in it up there. I see a lot of wrecks on the interstates up there too. I'm sure they're not all done by people from the South. But if you have some tips, very serious things that people could prepare for today to get through the weekend, besides beer and cheese and pizza, give us some ideas here.
Domino's will be delivering.
Yeah.
I
maybe with drones. Maybe with drones, but
hey, it's gonna come.
incoming. Oh,
Yeah.
it's frozen pizza.
Yeah.
But
Excuse me.
if you've got some serious ideas, what we can, because we're not used to this crap.
No.
We don't even like it. The reason we're here is we don't like it.
I offer one tip.
And
if
probably
you-
the reason a lot of y'all are here too, because you didn't like it there,
Right.
right?
I offer one tip if out driving. If you're out driving, please avoid the bypasses.
Yeah, well, they'll be
Stay
closed.
off the bypasses.
Yeah.
They will close. I guarantee
Hopefully,
you.
yes.
By noon Saturday, they'll be closed. But interesting when you're talking about getting things ready. I noticed last night Atlantic Beach Fire and Rescue.
Oh, okay.
They actually were putting chains on some of their vehicles.
Yeah.
because they're not ready for it either.
No,
Right.
They're not. They're not ready
they've
for
got
it.
to respond is the
Yeah.
problem. They're going to have to respond. And unfortunately, there will be people with their kerosene heaters, those little personal space heaters
Mhm.
or electric space heaters or whatever, or candles or kerosene lanterns, lamps, whatever. People tend to walk away from them or go to take a nap or go to the bathroom or whatever and leave those things on and near. If you got pets, some of that stuff can turn over.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
If you're that little kerosene heater that you've got that was designed to
Oh, God.
shut off if it did tilt.
Those are dangerous.
How long ago was it that was actually working for you?
Yeah.
And the fumes from some types of heater things,
Mhm.
it can be very bad in your
Gas
house.
fireplace.
But the fire departments have to respond to things for everything from, oh, I smell gasoline, I smell kerosene, I smell gas, the place is on fire. The fire department has to respond. They're going to
Mhm.
come. So just do them a favor and do yourself a favor. And
This
do
is
your
what I
insurance
did.
company a favor. Just don't do that.
I went and washed all my blankets that needed washing, piled them all up, got my pillows ready. And if the electricity goes out, I can turn on my gas fireplace. No worries, but I have all my blankets and all the doggy sweaters ready to go. We're good. We'll be fine. At
Just,
least you're inside.
yeah.
So,
And you know, again, those windows and those things like that, they're not efficient. I don't care how many panes of glass
No.
you've got there. They're not that efficient. They're not brick. They're not wood.
right.
And they get cold and they transmit cold on the inside. And there's also cracks around the glass. You
Mhm.
can't see them, but you put your hand up there, hold a match up there sometime and watch it when the wind's blowing. That's coming through. Put a blanket over it.
Yeah.
Just tape it up there. Put stick pins in the thing or whatever. That's for outside doors and windows. You can really insulate a house. And when you get through doing that, you're going to be like, you know what? I wish I had done this before. I could save electricity.
Yeah.
And you can.
I went and put that stripping all up around my doors. And it made a huge difference.
it
Huge
does.
difference. And I went and checked all my windows and where the frame actually hits the wall on the inside
Yeah.
around there. I caulked all around there because there was places where eventually it had cracked, so I caulked all that. There's so many things that you can do. Just do a little bit at a time.
I'm
But
gonna
you
do
know
one
what?
more for you. While you're in here and you happen to be maybe snowed in or something like that, you got nothing else to do. If you could go today to the big box stores in the electrical department,
Uh-huh.
you will find in there where their insulating properties are.
Gonna say
Those
what you're
little
gonna say.
things that you take the covers off of your
Mhm.
outlets and your switches, and you can buy these little things, a little foam insulation thing.
Yes.
Put it over it and put the cover back over the
Yeah.
top of it. That, if you don't believe that, hold.
I did that to every one of my outlets.
Put your, that thermometer thing you got
Yeah.
for the COVID.
Yes.
Hold it up there against that electrical box plate thing. That's a hole in the wall where the insulation
Yeah.
is gone. All right.
And it's so easy to do.
Yeah, it's just take a little screwdriver
I
and do
think
it.
I
Zip,
did
zip,
that
zip.
last year before
Yeah.
my house.
And you got nothing else to do. If you got little
Right.
kids, they can do the ones on the floor. It's only one screw in those.
Oh, I got plenty to
They
do.
can't screw that up.
I'll have
Not unless they stick to skirt. No,
there
the
won't
kids
be
in
a
my house
dirty
don't.
baseboard. Well, there's not anyway much, but baseboard cleaning time.
What? Uh-oh.
Oh
no.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You gonna make Kathy get down there and do that?
No, I do it. I love cleaning.
I was gonna say she got one arm. She
I
doesn't need to do it.
love cleaning baseboards. Good
What?
exercise. Yeah, it's good exercise.
How do you get off the floor?
Lift myself up.
How do I get off the floor? You have to come pick me up.
Robbie.
Yeah, I know.
910-333-0139. The other thing I want people to please understand, the law enforcement, the fire rescue personnel, law enforcement's going to be out, and because they need to be, they have to be. Folks, don't make it harder on them than it already is.
yeah,
They're
please.
not going to enjoy being out in this cold weather. They're going to be out in it. Don't add to it by going out and sightseeing, because the snow over here where the studio is going to be the same as it is over in Lee's area, as it is over in Rock Creek area.
Ours will be prettier.
Yours is going to be prettier.
I knew this was coming.
Oh, okay.
No, at nighttime it's going to be prettier with the lights in your house.
The snow is always whiter in somebody else's lawn. Okay, so you'll get out and you'll go driving
I'm
around.
not even going with
That's
this.
that's somebody. I mean, okay. So seriously, yeah, stay home. Just enjoy.
Just stay
If
home.
it
Stay
stops
home.
snowing and you want to get out and walk your neighborhood, walk your dadgum neighborhood.
Stay
Take
home.
your camera and do whatever.
Have some nice quality family time.
Hot chocolate.
Get your board games and stuff out. Get the
I
electricity
bored
goes
with
off.
board games.
Get your cards out, your board games, a good old game of Uno. That'll get everybody, or
All
that game Sorry.
All right, guys, this is a perfect time to play strip poker. All right,
That's a good game. to
We
play.
back to naked again today.
not yet. Haven't lost.
Yeah. And never mind. I've been accused of cheating at cards. So,
Were you guilty?
You were just wanting to show off.
Were
That's
you
all
guilty?
right.
Were you guilty? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a simple plug.
Okay. And then, of course, you have the very long game that'll take you through at least one day of the snow, and that's Monopoly. the never ending game.
The original board game.
Yeah, I just
Boring game.
never got into Monopoly. To me, it was just like, you're right. It's long.
It's
It's
not Monopoly,
forever.
y'all. They misspelled it when they put it out. You know that, right?
And then you
Did you know
go,
they misspelled Monopoly when they came out with it? It's actually monotony.
well, you go and buy all this real estate, and you have your little houses piled up, and then you get one bad tenant, and it just wipes you out. No.
And just wipe the tenant out. Take him to the stream station.
You put up a hotel.
Yeah.
Put up a hotel. You don't have to worry about it.
They put up a hotel, and under the concrete, you put just like they did with Jimmy Hoffa. A little here and a little there.
We have one new name. Snow. What did Chris call it?
It's the same thing that she said.
Snowpocalypse.
Snowpocalypse. Yeah.
Snowpocalypse.
So apocalypse,
Yes.
snowbird, and snow pain in the butt, snow pita.
Be interesting if our listeners would let us know, other than sending us messages, which we don't mind reading, but we'd love to hear
The
from you.
names that I have,
I
I
don't read.
cannot say out
Good.
loud.
I don't read them because I'm not looking at Facebook.
Well, that's true. So we have to fill Rayford in, and
Yeah, you
he'd
gotta
rather
tell
you
me.
call it.
You call them and
call-
tell me because I don't believe either one of these people. I think they're making these names up.
Yeah, pretty much.
So if y'all got something interesting,
much.
call and tell us.
But I'd love to know, what do you plan on using if you have children? What do you plan on using to allow them to slide on the snow?
We use our boogie boards that we use when
At the
we go
beach?
into the ocean, the beach boards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Suppose
we
you
use
don't have any
those.
of those.
What?
Suppose you don't have one.
Oh, well, okay.
You can use if you have a pool.
Trash
I know
can
you don't
lid.
have a pool, so you don't have the tubes, the little round tubes. You could use those.
No.
Yes.
A lot of people use their trash can lids.
Trash can lids, yeah.
Those things that got handles on them these days, and they're a little difficult.
Yeah.
Well, if they're on the side, yeah, I mean, just, but if you're in the middle, then it's
Now,
all
if you were smart and you stole a couple of school trays back in the day,
I've seen people use cardboard.
yes. Oh
You
yeah.
know?
I got
You
plenty of
didn't
that.
steal a tray, did you?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not.
So
I
you
didn't want
went
anything to
right
do
to
with
the
it.
answer.
I didn't want any of those things.
You went right to the answer there.
Well, I've seen people doing that.
No.
Little kids on serving trays, that from school or from wherever.
Those aren't big enough.
Well,
For a little kid, they would be, right?
little kids.
I'm trying to think for myself here. My brother, he's got a whole bunch of boards. He's got skim boards too.
Okay, here's the one thing you could do. You guys, you can't go anywhere in your car anyway, right?
All right. I'm not.
Just go out and take the hood off your car and use that. You get a whole bunch of people, and you can turn it upside down and slide down the bank with a bunch of people on it. What?
Please.
Well, you could go to a junkyard somewhere. I'm sure they got some cars with hoods that are no good anymore for anything else.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
buy a hood.
I like to buy a hood off a wrecked vehicle, please.
Well,
What kind? What kind of vehicle? Doesn't
50
matter. Anyone will
57
do.
Chevy will be good.
and I wouldn't mention these things, except I've seen it happen, and it's just an accident. I know there are no accidents, but stupidity getting ready to happen, and that is tie with something to a vehicle and
Don't do
drag
that.
it.
We
No,
just
do
talked
that.
about
Just
what
had two
happened
people
in
die.
Texas this
Yeah.
week.
Do
Two young
not do
teenagers.
that under any conditions.
They died.
Don't let your kids do it.
Do not get behind some other car, truck, bus, or anything else and hold on to it while they're pulling you along either.
Dumb.
Do not do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's extremely dangerous. I don't even want to talk about dumb because you already know you're dumb if you do it. Just don't do it. There will be more deaths. We will read about them next week. Idiots in North Carolina, right here, could be right here in this town. They met their demise, and their families are left behind thinking, oh, God, why did he do that? Why did he do that? Because he was dumb.
And we have a lot of parishioners that go to the Infinite Prague church I go to. Let me just say this for everybody that goes to a Sunday service or something. Check with your church to see, because a lot of them more than likely will not have services this weekend.
Conditions are going to be hazardous if the forecast that they have right now comes true.
Yeah.
If my wishes happen, sometime Saturday night, temperature will jump up to about 60 degrees. So we'll have a downpour of rain. All of that will be washed down the drain. Did you like that for Ryan?
It was very good. You're a poet and didn't know it.
I didn't know it. That's it. In case of communications failures, members of the Onslow Amateur Radio Club are already standing by. Everybody's ready. We'll set up operations. Likely it could be at either the county or the city of Jacksonville 911 centers or EOCs there, just in case. Individual hams will be positioned strategically throughout the region, their homes to wherever, so they can relay information if nothing else. So this is something we practice year round.
We have Tom on the phone.
And before you guys, because Tom texted me He said
Yeah, he's coming.
chaos with the girls at the bus stop or something. Also, county schools, Beaufort, and all the schools around there. You'll get notification the school's closed.
Yeah, they're open, and they. It would not surprise me if you just pay attention to it. Hopefully, you've got an alert coming on your phone that they will close early, and you get alerted if they do that. Okay, so you'll find out. Tom, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, crew. How are we doing this
Good to
morning?
hear
Good,
from you.
buddy.
Yeah,
How you
great
doing?
hearing from you. You got the kids delivered?
Oh, you know how that goes in the mornings, man. I tell you, if it wasn't for chaos, man, there just wouldn't be anything. In the mornings.
You got to understand. I got 2 cats and 2 dogs. What do you think about that in the mornings too? Yeah, as
Well,
I'm trying to
yeah,
get ready for this show.
God bless Tom. He's got to get the girls to the bus stop.
I just want to know, Tom, are you ready? Do you need anything?
Some bread
For
and
the
some
snow,
milk.
do you have chain tires?
No.
Chains for my tires for me so I don't get stuck. Do you have any of those?
No,
around?
sorry.
I'll get you some.
I have a 4x4, but
They're roast. They rusted out the last ones I had about 30 years ago.
I remember when we
Well,
used
you don't want to see me buried in the snow. I can
No,
promise
you
to.
don't.
You don't need to go out.
Then stay home.
You have to call a tow truck for me, guys.
Okay.
I've got you covered, brother. I got you.
We'll come get you.
Guys. I saw you guys name drop me, so I'd be remiss if I did not call in since Rayford was calling everybody out this morning. I don't believe anybody, so I said, I'm going to call in.
Well, I people are posting stuff, and I don't read that stuff. I'm looking at other things that are newsworthy.
Chris and I take care of it.
And then they relay to me what they think that they're reading, or what they want me to think that's being posted. I don't know, and I don't trust them. So I would trust you, Tom, because you're calling me direct. I can trust other people who call it here, but how can I trust these 2 guys? I mean, look at them.
I don't know. You work with the Rayford.
Is
I mean,
this-
did you not vet them?
Yeah.
I can already tell you, if Tom had to pick favorites, who they would be, Rayford.
Is this not one of the
Oh,
most
I do.
honest faces you've ever seen?
Remember what
I
I
don't
used
know.
to do for a
I do
living?
love me some Miss Lee now.
See,
There you go. See, he just named his
I
favorite.
love me some Tom too.
Yeah, well,
I-
Chris and Rayford, you guys are okay. You
Oh,
guys
yeah.
are
yeah, I
Thanks,
don't, I,
Tom.
that's the best thing I've been called.
So
But I do everything
congratulations.
every morning. So
So, Tom, what's you going? Did you ever grow up around snow like this? Anticipated
So
stuff.
most of my family is from Ohio,
Uh-huh.
so snow is not obviously out of the realm of what I'm used to. But you're living down here long enough, you see snow, and it's the whole planet is going to shut down. So
Well, pretty much.
I think
it'll be interesting. And I think they're calling for anywhere from, and you guys have pretty much been spot on with it, anywhere from 4 to 8 out here, in the ferry near the beach. So it's going to be very interesting to see how much we get and to see how dangerous it is out there. Because you guys made a good point. You put first responders. Obviously, I was one of them, but
Yep.
you put us in danger when you got to make us go out and some of this stuff too. So, just keep in mind, like you said, just keep in mind that first responders, they are going to come out. But you put everybody else in risk too when you tend to do silly stuff.
Yeah, and Tom, and you make a really good point there. And I've never known an EMS person, a firefighter, or definitely cops who did not go busting their backside to get to something when somebody needed help, regardless of the
100%.
conditions. Is that about right? We will.
That is about right.
We will
know,
test the
and
limits to beyond.
Well, you better hope that the vehicles have all-wheel drive on them because they're coming.
Yep.
But the weather does make it dangerous, and your response times may or may not be a little bit different with the weather.
well,
But
go ahead,
go
Tom.
ahead. Please.
No, Tom, you go.
No, I was just going to say, just to reiterate the point that law enforcement's going to come if you need us. I say us, but if you need them.
Yep.
But it's going to be dangerous out there on the roads, and
Yep.
everybody's just be aware of that and try to be careful and don't do anything crazy.
And if I can just over a moment, Tom. So to remind our listeners, Tom was in here Tom worked for the Swansboro Police Department.
Oh, that was
Emerald Island.
Emerald Isle.
Emerald Isle
Yeah.
PD, yeah.
That's right.
Emerald, they're just all down at the beach. And when Tom was playing golf, the only thing white he saw once in a while was the bunkers. And he's such a good golfer. He didn't see much of those like I do. But Tom was in the studio with us. Tom teaches for East Carolina University.
He's a
He's
professor.
a professor. And recently, Tom, we announced it a little bit earlier this morning, but tell us about what you just got accepted to, and explain a little bit of it to us. We're very proud of you.
Well, I appreciate it, and it was one of the things where it's through disability, and it's it's basically where you apply for this program where you're able to, and they only select a limited number of people, but if you're selected, you're able to connect with typically mentors from Fortune 500 companies, from large corporations that look for individuals with disabilities as part of their hiring initiatives, right?
Right.
So obviously, me being paralyzed and having a disability, it will help me, and I say me, but it will help people with disabilities try to find career paths that maybe they may not have considered, or maybe that they cannot do physically, right? So I'd love to be in law enforcement, again, but obviously I can't do it physically. So how does that saying go? Those who can't do, coach.
Yeah.
So that's why I teach it, right? I try and reflect what I've learned and what my real world takeaway is from law enforcement. And I try to teach my students that, but it also gives me the opportunity to possibly network with other corporations and companies that, may be looking for somebody in a criminal justice field, I say field, but, department, or they're looking for somebody that, they may not have thought it was a disability, and I have one. So, and I told you, I might have broke my neck, but I didn't hit my head too hard, I don't believe. So I can still think a little bit. So it's an opportunity to possibly network and meet some new individuals that I think it'll be a great opportunity for me, and we'll see how it goes.
Good. I got one correct. I've got a explanation about the little thing you said. Those who teach can't do, or those who can do
Can't do,
yeah.
teach.
Can't do teach.
So
Right, yeah.
here's the difference in the way I interpret that. People like you can teach. Never mind that you can't do. You've already done that. It's those who can never do it. They never have done it. They don't know how to do it, but they can go out and tell other people how to do it. Those who have done it and know how to do it and become teachers, they've advanced to that level. There is a difference in the way that a lot of people misinterpret that explanation.
Well, I would typically agree with that. Obviously there's a caveat to some, but I would agree that it offered me a different perspective. So when I teach my material, I can look at it and go, okay, well, this is pretty relevant, and you're going to need to know this in the future. Or I can look at it and go,
Bingo.
this is way out there. There may be some substance to this theory or this argument, but in practicality, it's probably not going to be the best way to do things. And I can share that with my students. And in my classes now, I have found there's a couple of them that are already in VLET. So the material that I can reflect to them and say, hey, you're going to need to know this when you get out on the road. Like, this is important.
That's
You're
right.
going to need to know this. This is relevant to what you're going to know, and what your training officer is going to tell you, and what your department's going to tell you. This is relevant. Some of this stuff is way out there, pie in the sky stuff, and you don't want to necessarily neglect it, but you don't. It's a big grain of salt on some of the material that we try to reflect and teach.
Well, Tom, let me ask you this. From a practical and from a schoolroom standpoint, a lot's been made in the news recently, and we've talked about it a lot on this program, ICE and situations with that. Has that come up in any of your educating these young people, or your thoughts on it, having been in law enforcement and now teaching it?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely certainly come up. I mean, it's hard to, as you know, it's hard to miss it in the news nowadays. It's everywhere. And we know we cover it. We cover immigration in the class, and say what you kind of. There's always opinions to it, but immigration law is congressionally. I mean, it's been a law. It's been approved by Congress, right? So it's a law. So you have to enforce immigration. It's, you know what I mean? It's a law. But the situation in Minneapolis is, yeah, it's tragic. And you don't ever want to see anybody get killed. I know law enforcement officers aren't in it to go out there and have to shoot people. Obviously, it's not what we want to do. It's not what literally, it's like the last thing we want to do, but we'll do it if we have to. I mean, you understand that, Rayford?
That's the way I've always told people. It's the second last thing that I ever want to have to do. The last thing is getting shot.
Well, yes, that would definitely be number one on the list, right? And number two would definitely be having to take a life. I understand that 100%. Yes, you don't ever want to be in that situation. But on the flip side, it's don't intervene yourself into a situation where you can get yourself, especially with a firearm. It is not in your best judgment to get involved when they are enforcing some sort of, right, when they're engaged in their duties, right, what they were doing. It's best to try not bring yourself into that situation.
And this last case, I'm just trying to figure, you carry guns as a civilian for your personal protection, period, bottom line, right? That's the reason you don't do it, supposedly, because you're hot stuff and it makes you look big and bad and all that. If I did, I'd be carrying a couple of 44 Magnums, but I don't. I'd put one in a shoulder holster and one on each hip, because I got three of them. But no, that's not the reason you do it. You do it just in case there is a situation. But if you're going into a situation where that if you're in your own mind, you're going in there as a civilian into a situation that you think you're going to have to use deadly force, then you probably don't need to be going. Stay home. Mm-hmm. Leave it alone. Would you agree with that one?
And I would agree with that, especially when you bring a firearm. I mean,
that's what I mean. If you feel like you are going to go into a situation that you're going to have to use deadly force just to be there, no, I go home and watch TV.
Well, and that's typically the case, right? Is you bring the firearm onto the scene with the law enforcement, and then what is law enforcement really supposed to do? You know what I mean? Especially if you're reaching for it, or you know what I mean. It presents an issue, and so it goes back to your point. Don't try to get yourself into that situation. I mean, there's ways to go about that, but there's not to bring a firearm and then to become engaged with federal law enforcement when they're performing a duty. That's one of the things. Don't do that. I mean,
there was a side. That's the same side that I have uttered so many times. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Best description there is, Tom. Best description.
There's ways to peaceful protest. There's ways to get your point heard across, and we've seen it with the signs. And you're entitled to that right, 100%. But when law enforcement, federal law enforcement, ICE, when they're engaged in some sort of duty of theirs, don't get yourself mixed up in that. I mean, it's especially with a gun. Don't bring a gun to the scene, right? I mean,
Why would you if it's a peaceful protest? I don't
the word.
understand.
If they claim it's peaceful protest, you
right.
don't need your gun. Leave it home.
Yeah.
You don't. Because ICE isn't just going to go up to you and shoot you. That's, you know what I mean? There's a narrative around that. But my brothers and sisters in blue, we're not just going to go out there and start shooting people. That's not what we're going to do.
Nope.
So, but if you bring a firearm, you escalate the situation to where there's that potential, and unfortunately, we've seen it.
Yeah. And even in this case, it very likely this is a malfunctioning gun, just from everything that I've looked at and all the evidence. But we'll have to wait and see for that particular gun, because the rule applies to all the P320s right now. They're suspicious, but this specific one, I don't know what occurred with that. We'll have to wait and see. But if you go and you throw firecrackers when police are conducting a raid, you're going to get the same reaction.
Yeah.
Because they're going to think it's gunfire, and they're going to take up arms.
That makes
Well,
sense.
and that's the thing. It's they're going to protect themselves and everybody around them, and if they fear for their life, you know how it goes. It's, you know, there's, you know, and I'm sure you know, there's Graham versus Connor, the famous Supreme Court, which is
Yes.
the reason, and we've covered it in class, obviously. So, and I've reflected this to my students. Is, you know, what would a reasonable officer deem at the time, and the circumstances, and that's how you got to judge it. So, but you got to let the evidence play out, and there needs to be a review, and you need to go through it. But when you bring a firearm, what would a reasonable officer think? You know what I mean? So, it goes back to what I've been telling you. Just don't do it. Leave your gun at home. Bring your sign. You know, don't leave the guns at home. Don't put yourself in that situation.
If you were, Tom, a good question for you. I don't know what you had to do. Were you ever in a situation that might be, you're out, it's dark, you're responding to something, and there is a backfire, a car backfires, or some other very loud noise suddenly? What do you do instinctively?
Mm-hmm. Reach for your gun.
Well, after you make sure you didn't soil your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For that split second, whoa, what was that?
Your gun is in hand, or at least your hand is headed for the gun.
Well, it definitely makes you go, whoa, what was that, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to make, obviously, any quick, shoot, you know, moment or actions. But, yeah, it'll definitely make you pucker a little bit and go, whoa. You know?
It creates the
It'll
pucker factor.
make you think. But that's, you know, you should know, and you would know, there's a difference in the sound. There's it's a different echo in a firearm than a vehicle that I've heard.
Right.
But
Except we got one guy driving around Jacksonville. He's rigged his car that when he lets off the accelerator, there are 3
Yes.
rounds. It sounds exactly like a 38 special
Yeah.
going off.
I think I rode next to him yesterday.
Like, did you need his tag?
Yeah.
See, that would be a problem.
Yeah, it is a
If your
problem.
car sounds like that, that's definitely an issue. But yeah, no, definitely. And there's been situations where it'll make you think. You know, I can remember back in late 2016, we had a bouncer get shot in Rhode Island with a BB gun. But the call had come out, shot in the face with a firearm.
Right.
So, you know, it definitely makes you think, you know, if I stop this car, you know, are they going to come out with a gun? What do I do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you run through that in your head. You don't want crossfire. You don't want to be,
No.
you get it, but it makes you think for sure. And you don't ever want that situation, but you're prepared to use your firearm if you have to.
Sure.
But like you said, I didn't go into it thinking I don't want to ever have to shoot somebody, but
No. Second last thing you want.
but that's the job. I mean,
Yeah.
what you do, but yeah, I figured I would call in and bother you guys this morning.
You're not a bother, but we appreciate you calling, Tom. Love you, brother.
Hey, you can be
Well,
home. Well, you're gonna be home most of the day. I guess you are. I gotta call you later about something.
Call me anytime, guys.
All right.
She
always a pleasure to talk to you. And
She got a speeding ticket, wants to know if you can help her out.
No, it's something that Tom and I have talked about before. And I'll call you later.
How many times you had that call, Tom?
I'll call you later.
yeah, hey, can you help me out? Hey, listen, I am not an attorney, buddy. I am not going to go down that road.
That's something you could do.
I usually just
I
talk about.
am not going to make
An
any
attorney.
promises, buddy.
Study to be an attorney.
No,
You would
he-
make a good one.
we
prosecutor.
talk, we see each other often, and I always ask about his students, and he's a very good professor.
Yes, he is.
And
hear about
most,
that.
well, basically, when I go, how's the students? Is everybody passing? And he goes, well, a couple choose not to, not to pass because they don't do what Tom's telling them to do and teaching them. So, you know, he was okay. I'll brag about you real quick before you go. You know, they get graded. Teachers get graded by their students, and Tom got 4.8 out of 5.
What happened to the other 0.2 of a point? That's
They
amazing.
failed.
Those are the two that didn't make it, right? Gotcha.
And I tell my students, listen, if you fail my class, you've done it yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you failed yourself.
Yeah.
If you give me the effort and give me the work, you're going to be fine. But if you don't turn it in, or you give me sloppy work, you know, it's going to reflect.
Well, you know, they're joking, I hope, about you becoming a lawyer, because I would rather see you where you are teaching the men and women of our future who are going to be our protectors and those who are going to be taking care of society. I would much rather see you in that position because you're the man for that job.
Yeah.
Well, and it just means a lot to me, especially coming from law enforcement and knowing so many law enforcement officers, that it's important that we do it the right way every time.
Consistency.
Correct. Don't violate people's rights. That's not what we do. You do it the right way, and you do it the legal way, and you are going to CYA. You'll be fine. But I'm pretty sure, nobody likes shady cops other than proper law enforcement officers. So I don't deal with that very well. And it's important to me that we get the right people for the job.
Yep.
Especially nowadays, it's important that we get the right people with the badge that will do it the right way.
Absolutely.
Good to hear from you, our friend.
Tom, appreciate it, sir, as always.
All right, guys. You guys enjoy your morning.
Have a blessed weekend,
Thank
my
you guys
friend.
for allowing me to talk a little bit. I'll be calling in again.
Yeah, anytime.
Anytime.
Anytime, no invite needed.
But I very much appreciate you guys, and you guys are the best.
All right, we appreciate
So are you,
you,
Tom.
Appreciate you,
Bye.
Tom.
Talk to your partner.
All
All
right,
right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your morning.
Yeah,
You too.
be safe this weekend, okay?
Is there a weather reason? Or just being safe?
Is there a wetter reason? There's a wetter reason you don't go out this weekend.
Okay.
Because you might fall on your butt, and then somebody's going to have to come pick your butt up.
Even offshore?
I'm not going out there. That'd be dumb. Jeez. Northeasterly winds today out there, 10 to 15 knots, and that's going to be the calm day. 2 to 3 foot seas every 3 seconds. You know how bumpy 3 foot seas are? Seas that this high, that's 3 feet, right?
Give or take, yeah.
About that. 3 feet. And they're 3 seconds apart. Bump, 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 bump. There was a boat down at Tideline Marine years and years ago. It had a name on it.
Bumpity bump.
Nope.
Okay.
The wife, that when they bought the boat, said that name has to be changed. It was a second-hand boat. You want to know the name of it?
Please.
You sure?
Yeah.
Jug Jiggler. Northeasterly winds today, 10 to 15 knots, 2 to 3 feet. You asked for it. Every 3 seconds, sounds and rivers of moderate chop. Saturday, northerly winds, 25 to 35 with gusts of 40. Seas 7 to 10 feet, 2 to 4 near shore. Sounds and rivers very rough. I did that with a straight face, too. And it was real. That wasn't a fake. That was a fact. Sunday, northwesterly winds, 30 to 40. Diminishing to 25 to 35. That's not coming down much. If it's 30 to 40 and coming down to 25 to 35, that's not much of a reduction. Seas 7 to 10 feet, sounds and rivers extremely rough, diminishing to very rough in the afternoon.
Today, increasing clouds with a high near 42. Calm wind becoming northeast 5 to 7 miles per hour. Tonight, a chance of snow, mainly after 1 a.m. Mostly cloudy with a low around 25. Saturday, snow, high near 31. Saturday night, snow. The snow could be heavy at times, low around 17. Sunday, a chance of snow before noon. Partly sunny with a high near 29.
The way you're cutting those off like that.
Do what?
Snow, Saturday, snow, high 40.
Because it's snow, period, space, high near 31.
Temperature here is back up to 20 degrees now. It had dropped to, what was it, 17 earlier? 92% humidity earlier. It's now 95%. I think we're heading for some moisture accumulation into a very cold air mass. And we've got that system offshore that's developing. We're not going to like this. You snowbirds out there, God, I hope you get what you asked for. Because this is not going to be a pretty weekend. It's going to be pretty awful as far as I'm concerned. Vancouver, I don't want to go up there.
Well,
Punching up radar and trying to see where this.
when you get that done, I have breaking news. I have breaking news.
Breaking news.
Yes.
Mahjong.
Oh, what?
Mahjong.
No, this
Well,
is.
that's what someone mentioned as a game to play.
Oh, yeah.
Mahjong.
No, this is
Okay.
other breaking news when Rayford's.
Oh.
Nothing has started. Nothing has started doing anything as yet. So we're okay in North Carolina, but later this afternoon tonight we may have some issues.
What's the breaking
Beginning
news?
issues.
Breaking news. All right, y'all ready for this?
Sunny and 500
Don't laugh.
degrees.
Former CNN anchor Don Lemon was arrested in Los Angeles on Friday morning, this morning, after joining pro-immigration protesters who stormed a Minnesota church. The arrest was made by federal officials, and Lemon was charged with conspiracy
Uh-oh.
to deprive rights and a violation of the FACE Act, which bans people or groups interfering in religious services. He has denied breaking the law, stating that his behavior was covered by the First Amendment.
No, it doesn't. First
So-
Amendment. Your rights
Stay
begin
tuned.
where your rights end where mine begin. When you infringe upon my rights, you don't have those rights anymore.
Was his
Right.
husband with him?
His lawyer, and not unless he's a lawyer, his lawyer said,
He might need to marry one.
confirmed the arrest and said that
Whoops.
Don had his First Amendment protected work as a reporter, so there's no.
There's
anyway,
no difference in a reporter's First Amendment rights than it is in
Mhm.
your rights, his rights, their rights, or my dog's
I
rights.
knew
You
this was
understand
going to
that?
get you worked up.
Don't tell me a reporter has any more First Amendment
Right.
rights than anybody else. I was one. I know that. I ran those
Yeah.
operations, and I had to beat that into people's heads.
Who's going to watch his podcast today and watch him cry?
I didn't know you had a podcast.
Yes, that's what he does now
Well,
because
I like Thomas's point. It's not the law enforcement. It's not ICE in Minnesota. It's the demonstrators that are causing the issue. There was a picture last night. I don't know, AI generated or not, but a woman picked up a flashbang.
oh yeah, we talked
Yeah,
about that.
it went
off in her hand.
yesterday.
You know,
Yeah.
was stupid when you do that.
Yeah.
Like, and
She
that,
was
but
flopping around in the snow like
she
a
was. And then what was the comment by
Dumb.
somebody that was watching it? She needs to call ICE.
She needs some ice.
She needs some ice. Yeah, you're right,
You know,
Chris. You're
and
right.
This goes back to the days of protests earlier when the police were tossing tear gas grenades.
Dumb.
Do you know how hot a tear gas grenade is? They're meant for you not to pick up and throw back.
Yeah.
But people were picking them up and they said, oh my God, it burned me. Oh, well,
And
duh.
they sue ICE for getting.
Duh.
And during a lot of the protests, which, by the way, there's supposed to be protests scheduled around the country again today.
Oh, good. Here in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Well, it's 15 inches of snow on the ground.
Hey, they're in Minnesota with 7
Good.
below.
Well,
Yeah, but here they
they're
can't.
used to it.
But here they can't wear masks.
And here you also have to have
They're
a
not
permit.
supposed to.
You have to have a permit.
Oh, yeah, everybody, sure, but
Do you think they've got permits in Minneapolis?
They may have. We
That's
don't
a
know.
good point.
They got
Don't know.
permissions from the mayor, and they
The
got permissions
mayor
from the
said they
governor.
can protest. It's their right.
Bless his heart.
Bless your heart.
How's that working out for you?
On that, before
Right.
Rayford, you hit that, let me just mention, because before I lose this, I want to say it. I know there are Hakeem Jeffrey fans out there, but I have noticed one thing. Every time he opens his mouth, stupidity comes out.
It's kind of like diarrhea, isn't it?
Could say a lot about that.
I don't know about diarrhea coming out of his mouth, but
Diarrhea of the mouth.
he just says stupid things.
Yeah.
Well, the House agreed yesterday to pass a budget that'll get us through for a little bit longer. It went to
Why?
the Senate last night, and they're still fighting. So, but you know, the budget expires at midnight tonight. So,
Well, January
Well, I'm
1st,
sorry,
we will
tomorrow
have
night.
January 1st, which is 11 months away. We will have a
Mhm.
new Senate, some new Senate members and new congressmen. Maybe they'll get,
do you think it's
Last
going to be
year's-
any better?
maybe we'll get last year's budget passed at that time.
Well, it's not. They're doing it in increments now. So, I mean, but the Democrats are fighting the funding to the DHS. They don't want to give the DHS money because they figured then they won't go out there and do their job. I have a lot to say, but I can't. Let's
can.
go back. Let's go back to talking about winter weather. and
Okay,
do's and
again, I
don'ts.
said earlier, if you guys got an older scanner or something that you used to
Yes.
listen to, the police on, perhaps the fire departments around
Mhm.
here, it might be, or you might be able to pick up these two frequencies, write them down so you can jot them down and you can listen to a couple of the ham radio repeaters in this area. 147.000, 147.000 megahertz. That's that's the 2 meter. That's in the high VHF band.
Mhm.
Then there is the UHF repeater at 444.675 megs. I'll give it to you again in a second. That repeater is the one the hams will be using in case we have to go into an emergency weather situation. They use it for other things too, but emergency weather, 444.675. That's what we will be using. And the other one is 147.000. And if you just want to listen to the regular nets on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 147 and at 8 o'clock. And on Saturdays, it's 444.675 at 8 o'clock. You'll just hear a bunch of us doing what we call rag chewing, shooting the breeze and BSing and whatever. But on Thursday night is a pretty good training session. After we check in, there's various training sessions that happen. And Randy does a really good job with some of the
Yes, he
emergency
does.
operations.
And I also learned how to save your fingers from frostbite if it get cold last night.
Well, that's kind of a given. That's been done for a long time.
Where at least said to put them.
No, but it's the same. It's kind of like under your armpits.
Yeah.
That's where we also used to carry battery packs for cameras. When you're really out in very cold conditions, you'd have a remote control battery pack for your Nikon motor drive. You just run that thing and hold it under on your armpit. Cold weather really depletes batteries.
My thing is
Night
stay out
games
of the
especially.
cold. Stay in the house.
That's it.
You know,
Okay.
we were talking about, people going out and sledding, and I wanted to bring this up real
Zoom.
quick.
Crash.
In Gastonia, North Carolina, just this past weekend where we had the ice and the sleet and whatever over there in that part of the state. A Gaston County Sheriff's deputy had to be hospitalized over the weekend after being injured in a sledding accident. Sergeant Casey Tignor broke his hip and his
Should
leg.
have known better.
This was past Sunday
You
while
were-
he was sledding and playing with his kids in the snow during the storm last week. As a father of 4, he says, my boys are sledding around everywhere. They're not going to beat me. So he decided to get on a sled and go, which I can understand that. It was meant to be a family fun day, but it was too icy and he got going too fast. He wanted to turn a little bit. The sled did not.
Here's the tree.
He thought that when he bailed off the sled,
Oh, no.
he would stop.
Inertia.
But considering it was ice, he did not. And he wrapped his body around a pole that was at the end of the hill.
Ouch.
Did he stop then?
He stopped, broke his hip and broke a leg.
Ouch.
Get well, sir. I hope you
Yes.
will.
I bet you won't do it the next time around.
You know that noise when you hit a pole? Ding! Oh man, I must still be ringing in his
Do
head.
that again.
Yeah. Do it again. What's
No,
that sound?
it's okay. No,
No, what's the sound?
I
no.
want to hear that sound.
You know what? You do it.
I didn't do it.
He
You
does
do
Papa
it.
Top. He doesn't
I
do
did
sounds
fine.
like that.
What was that? Ding.
Y'all quit.
Boing.
Anyway,
I think it would be more like a.
no,
Yeah, but
it's
if you
got
got-
that
if you-
echo to
If
it.
you hit a pole or something, or you hit somebody with an aluminum baseball bat, boing.
See, that's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Do we have one here?
No, I got a wooden one over there. That goes thud.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to hit Chris with it. Just
That's the
kidding,
Louisville
Chris.
Slugger
I
over
would
there.
never do that.
He'd be running and crying if you did,
He hit me.
because he doesn't want to hit you back.
Yeah.
Never hit
Yeah.
the lady.
Robert said they're having power surges at his house.
Already?
Yeah.
Well, when it surges up high, store it. You might need it later on, Robert. For today, here's some stuff here,
Mhm.
y'all. Seriously, go ahead and charge up your telephones. Then stop using them. Because if you
No.
charge them up and you use them, you're going to run the batteries down again.
Leave them plugged in
Duh.
and use them.
Yeah. Put a long extension cord when you drive around town and do whatever. Laptop computers, any emergency power systems that have very large storage batteries. There are some of those things that they call generators. They have a large storage battery. You charge it up either solar wise or otherwise. You charge it up and then it lasts you for a long period of time. Don't overpower it. Don't overuse it, because it's not something that keeps generating while the power is off. It uses what it's got and then it's dead. Okay? That's the way it works. But you can buy those things. They're great for fairly short term and not large capacity usage. You don't go want to run your air conditioner on it. You might be able to for a little while, but not for very long.
It's Phil from Ohio.
And Phil from Ohio, have you got everything charged up and you ready to go?
Yep.
Phil, you're used to it, right?
Yep. Just remember, do not crowd the plows when they're out there.
We don't have plows. We don't have
That's
plows.
not a problem
Well,
here.
you're not going to have to worry about that, but there will be trucks out there that they put blades on them and they've got brine. They call that.
Yes.
It's salt, y'all. It's more
Yeah.
than salt. I know what it is.
Although when I took Kathy to the doctor's yesterday in New Bern, they did have plows that they had chained to the front of their
Yeah.
dump trucks.
Yeah, they will have them available.
Make something.
I'm just going to duct tape some shovels
They're
on the
also
front of mine.
using, it's like when they put the salt down, and they also use like beet juice along with when they put the salt down to help it.
So, what kind of juice?
It's called beet juice.
Beet juice. Yeah, I've heard of that. They're talking about beet juice. Let me look it up.
Beet juice will melt snow.
Yes, it helps it. They say.
Flamethrowers are best.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, you stay warm at the same time.
Yep.
Beet juice can effectively melt ice by lowering the freezing point of water when mixed with salt, making it more eco-friendly alternative to the traditional de-icers.
I wonder how many beets you have to squeeze to get the beet juice.
When beet juice is applied to ice, it can help melt it even at a lower temperature than it would normally be possible with water.
Pictures
I
that are going
don't
through my mind
know.
are just amazing.
You have to mix it with salt brine.
Yes.
Wait a minute, with salt
They have-
brine?
His name is not Brian.
I remember, I think it was 2018 or 19 when I was living there, that we got like 8 inches of snow then.
Squeeze
North
those
Carolina.
beets. Can you squeeze a beet? Aren't they hard? Do you cut?
How are you going to get the beet juice if you don't squeeze it? How do you get
Aren't
orange
they hard
juice?
though?
How do you get orange juice? You squeeze an orange.
But is a beet kind of hard when you first get it?
I don't do beets.
I don't like
Beet,
beets.
beet.
But the beet goes on, I guess, in Ohio.
Yep.
I knew it was coming. I'm glad I didn't have to say
Says
it.
people are using beet juice to de-ice their walkways.
It's negative 2 degrees right here, right now, in the morning.
I'm going to Food Line and getting some beet juice when I
And
leave
tomorrow,
here.
it's supposed, in the morning, it's supposed to be negative 6.
No,
You'll be fine.
no.
Isn't beet juice red?
Yes.
If I pour
Or
beet juice
purple.
all over my sidewalk, do you think my neighbors will be calling the cops? Thinking somebody got murdered?
Probably.
You need to call and do
A
preventative.
welfare check? Yeah.
No, you just need to call the police, tell them
Well,
what you're going to do, so in case they get a 911 call.
I mean, face it, red ice is a lot better than yellow ice.
Oh, here we go with the yellow
I'm
smoke.
just making a point.
But
If you want to mess people up, just go get a bunch of orange juice and pour it on the snow.
I did that a few years back when it snowed in North Carolina. People thought I was crazy.
Well, we are, but that's beside the point.
I don't like that.
See,
Are you getting snow up there? Phil?
No, it's done right now. They're calling for more snow Tuesday.
So our front's coming up, or our low pressure system's coming up north.
it's supposed to go towards the northeast.
Yeah.
When it, as it's passing through here, it's forming up right off our coast, and once it forms up, and it's not certain exactly where it's going
Yeah.
to form. You understand? So, where the snow is depends upon where it forms. How much snow there is depends upon where it forms. It's like a hurricane. You don't get 31 inches of rain in all areas of the hurricane where it hits. It comes in different layers, different levels. So we're all familiar with hurricanes. We can relate everything to a hurricane around here, can't we? Jeez.
Yes.
But it is kind of like a hurricane at sea, but it just doesn't have quite the rotation. But it's also known as a nor'easter. Finally, somebody was saying that last night on one of the international shows. It's a nor'easter, but it's got a name. Did you see the name?
Gianna?
Gianna.
Wow.
Gianna or Guyana. Is it a Guyana or Gianna?
Yes.
Yes.
One or the other. You said, is it a war? Yes, it's one or the other.
Gianna.
I don't care.
Oh,
Gee
winter
whiz.
storm.
Go away.
Gianna.
All right, Phil.
Just make sure not to call the plows.
Yeah, stay away from the plows.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Unless you got a really rotten car, park it in front of them. They'll take care of it for you.
Oh, it's Timmy.
All right, have a good one.
You
Thank
you.
too.
Bye.
Have a blessed weekend.
Gianna.
Let's see. I wonder if he's out on the highways this morning.
hope
Hurrying to
not.
get home. Hey, Timmy.
What's up this morning?
Another day in paradise.
Ain't that the truth? I mean, I was listening. I just picked up an excavator down here in the heart of Curry, North Carolina, and I'm trying to get it back to Wilmington. But I was listening.
He's going to tell us about beet juice. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And we were talking. You were talking about the air conditioner, the heat pump units,
Yes.
what to do with them. And I got an expert. He started working with heat and air when he was 16 years old, and he's a year under me. He's 1 year younger than I am.
They didn't have heat pumps back in those days. We're old,
Right.
Timmy.
I know we are, but he still works on them. He still works 7 days a week, just about it, with them. And I asked him. I said, well, people are making suggestions about the outside fan on the heat pump. He said, let me tell you something. If it didn't freeze up last weekend, it ain't going to freeze up this weekend. He said, snow ain't going to bother it. He said, if you put bricks over it, put a piece of plywood on top of it, you're restricting air. You're restricting air. He said, and I even told him about turning the fan on all the time. He said, you don't even need to do that.
Okay.
He said, it's going to be fine. If it freezes up, hurt anything, it will fall out. He said, just leave it alone. He said, they were manufactured for cold weather as well as warm weather. And he said, just leave them alone. He said, you'll run into more problems trying to mess with it. He said, set your thermostat about 70 degrees and bundle up.
Yep.
68, 70 degrees. And like I said, I trust him more than anybody I know. Now, I'm not knocking any HVAC guy. And I tell young people today, if you want a job, you go to HVAC school, and then you get with somebody for a little while.
Yep.
And I said, you won't never go hungry.
You're right, Timmy.
And I tell these young guys that to this day. I said, no, and I discourage them from driving a truck. I really do. I mean, young people talk to me about driving a truck all the time. If you want to drive local where you can be home every night, that's fine. You're not going to make a bunch of money. But if you want to get into something, get into a trade, welding, HVAC, electrical,
Plumbing.
get into something you will never starve.
Yes.
Yeah,
please.
plumbing.
I need a plumber. in the
And plumbing,
family.
plumbing, definitely plumbing.
Yeah, I really, Tim, I believe more and more young people are starting to go to the trade schools because your payback is almost nothing.
Is instantaneous
Yeah.
too. You get a return on your investment overnight.
Yeah.
Well, when you leave your trade school, you're not going to make $1 million a year.
Nope.
You're not going to make 100,000 a year. But the thing about it is, you start out, you go to electrical, and you start out as a journeyman, and you move on up, and then if you in years down the road, I got a guy. He's a friend of mine now. He bought a piece of property for $214,000, about 9 acres, and I wouldn't have gave you half of that. And I asked him why. He said, "Well, I'm an electrician." He said, "I want me a forever home." He said, "And I bought this place." He said, "I'm going to build one home and one shop, and it's going to be mine. I'm going to build one more house later on for my child." He said, "And I love this neighborhood." He said, "I heard a lot of good things about you." And he said, "I wanted," and he said, "I know it was a lot of money to spend." He said, "But they're going up every day.
Yeah.
The land is still going up, especially in all locations." He's a good guy. He works all over. He's just a fantastic kid. He went to White Oak High School, got out, and went to be an electrician. And that's what he's done. That's all he's done since he got out of high school. And the boy's making it. And I'm proud of him.
Well, if I had been, if I'd known exactly where I was going to be, I would have built a house. And I would have built it, and especially wiring the house. You cannot imagine how well my home would be wired. That nobody would want to do it because I've got special needs. Number one,
Right.
I'm a special needs child, but I've got special needs. But then throughout the house, I would have, in addition to all my 120 volt outlets, there would be a 12 volt DC outlet every spot along there. Why?
Good point.
Because you can run to everything for all your lights and things like that. You can plug your car battery in if you want to.
Yes, sir.
You can just run your whole house, just lights and minor stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can put an inverter in with that, and then all you got to do is keep that stuff charged when you got AC available, or solar if you so desire to go that route. Me, what I would be doing if I was going to go in addition to solar, because solar is not always, the sun doesn't always shine.
No.
But the wind almost always blows. Have you ever been along the banks of like Banks Channel there in Riceville Beach, or any place that got sailboats anchored up out there?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen those little things that are going round and round and round with like little airplanes? They're generators. They're wind generators.
Sir.
They will charge up batteries almost not instantly, but faster than your car will charge up batteries. They put out, you get a big one, and there are a lot of those sailboats that will have two on it to charge two banks of batteries, and they will last a long time. And the wind blows.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're moving along, the wind blows too.
Yeah.
If you're in a sailboat, you got the wind blowing, and the wind is turning your generator. You're still charging your batteries.
Yeah.
Why not have one of those at your house? Why not have two of them at your house?
Yeah.
Duh.
Well, the thing about it is, you got Ohio and Indiana, they got farmland. Some farmland down there is converted into windmills.
They got
And
big
every time
windmills.
I
They got big windmills there. But I'm just talking about for your own personal use. Just if
Well, you can get one,
So,
and you could hook it up to the. You could hook it up to the power line, and they had a meter on it, and the power company would pay you for putting electricity in their power line.
yeah,
I don't know if they still do that.
Well, that's done, and it's done also for solar, and it's done for wind, and all sorts of stuff. It's done that way. Yes.
But I don't know.
They are required to buy
a
it.
living off of it. Yeah.
Well, you can if you got a big enough farm.
Yeah. But the thing about solar, when they built Rain Tree down there, everything. They put solar panels up on top of the houses and all that stuff. And all, it was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
For the first 3
and
years.
I said it. Yep. And I used there's something you forgot about solar power. You've got to polish that glass. You've got to maintain it. And nobody did. Nobody. Oh, it's up there. That's all you ever need to do. And it's just like these solar panel farms you got now. 30 years, they're obsolete. And there's some hazardous chemicals out there. Somebody's got to be responsible for getting rid of that.
There's a big one up there in Pender County, and I know it's leaching into the soil there, so it will be a useless piece of ground.
Yep, that's it. And it's just like the farm over in Jones County, the Bell Farm. They put all those solar panels over there. And of course, the land was so sorry it would grow watermelon. And it wouldn't grow much else.
Well, I mean, that's good enough for me. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But
It was
does it,
great watermelon
also
land.
doesn't taste
It
like
was all
electricity.
sand. Yeah. But the thing about it was, I just wanted to throw that little bit in. That's what my buddy told me because I called him.
All right, very good.
After I loaded this excavator, I said, I got to see. But
So-
y'all have a good weekend.
Thank you, Timmy.
You
You
too.
too. Be safe.
Bye.
Bye.
I just should have asked
Wow.
Timmy, does he go out and pull cars out of ditches with his?
With his donkeys?
Yeah.
That's what I'd be using. Use the donkeys to pull them out.
Yeah.
How many donkeys would it take to? What would be the donkey power to pull a horse out, to pull a car out of the ditch? I don't know. All right, now let's just talk about some more stuff here, just in case, because we're approaching the end here. Charging your batteries, the things that you've got going right now, just make sure everything is charged up. If Lee has got these little banks of battery thing, what do you call them? Special banks that you use to charge your cell phone up when there's no power?
I have Jackeries.
Jackeries.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
those
have a
things.
couple of those.
It's,
And then
it's just a large for a cell phone by cell phone standards.
no, you can do cell phone. You can do your laptop. You can do your
That's what
laptop
I'm-
up to 70 something. They're
Yeah,
good.
it will
Yeah.
charge your
Pretty good.
batteries up for these portable devices because it's kind of a
Big.
big device.
Amazon.
You can do that.
Right.
Do you have a plan to cook in case you lose power? If you got electric range, well, you don't. It won't work. Most of the people with generators are going to have small generators, 1,000 to 3,000 watts or so. It doesn't necessarily provide you enough power for everything. Okay, 3,000 watts is not unusual for an oven, for instance. So you may want to look at, and don't turn on all your burners at once in case you have to do that. Just use one burner, or you can go get yourself a little single burner, small propane, a
Yeah.
couple bottles, and it'll last you for the whole snowstorm and probably into next year. That's one way to do it. In the event you have to cook something, are your propane tanks that you got for your gas grill, are they full? Because your gas grill, you can cook on your gas grill.
Mhm.
You can cook with pots on top of your gas grill. Hello. You don't have to just use it as a grill. But you need to make sure that your propane tanks are filled. All right. Small LED lights, you can buy them at the big box stores. You can buy them at the discount stores. You can buy them everywhere, and they'll last for a long time. Especially if you use them low.
Mm.
Now, at nighttime, to light up a room, and you got a little light and it's got a beam on it, yes, it does. You got a white ceiling, turn that thing and aim it towards the ceiling. No, it's not enough to read by necessarily, but it will light up a room. You can see, and it's just like twilight, basically. But just aim it at the ceiling, bounce it off the ceiling, and it'll put you the even amount of light throughout the whole room. That's one way of doing it. Just get a bunch of those lights or whatever and keep them charged. It's not that big a deal. How about food? Do you have enough food for your critters? I know you're going to think of yourself. How about your critters? You got food for your critters? You need to have enough food. And if it's special food you have to have for your critters, you need to have it. All right.
Should be first on your list.
And if you need to, okay, so you don't know what to do. Oh God, I don't know. Go ahead and fry up some hamburger, brown some hamburger, get yourself, cook some rice, And you can mix rice and hamburger together for your critters under most conditions. I would seriously drain the grease off the hamburger, but I do that anyway. But
Chicken breast.
You can prepare chicken. Cut up some chicken, and use that for your critters and for yourself. You know, all of this is good. What else do we have? Don't forget your personal needs. That would include prescription drugs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Drugstores are going to close down. Your pharmacist is going to close down when the snow gets bad. If the snow gets bad, you're not going to be able to go run out and get yourself some drugs. Do you have aspirin?
Yeah. Facial tissue.
Do you have facial tissue? Do you have the other end tissue?
TP.
You might need that as well.
You're so polite.
Your personal needs. Your food pantry should have enough non-perishable stuff in it to keep you alive for several days. You may have to, you don't get stupid and just use up everything at once. And I would use everything that's in my freezer or refrigerators first. Because when the power goes out and they thaw out, you're done. You're going to have to be throwing away a lot of stuff. Why not eat all that ice cream you've been storing up? Why not do this? Eat that stuff that's frozen first. Okay? You can eat all that canned stuff later on. That's would be the smart thing to do. How about your kitties? You got little rugrats? You got rugrats in there? What you going to do with them? Because they're going to be stir crazy in about, 42 minutes? Maybe? Take that long? Games. Board games if you have to, or games that they're interested in. Books. If you can convince them to read a book. If they're obviously in school, you may want to have some talks with them and chat with them and talk to them about how we do. Their laptops may go dead. Their whatever those tablet things is they're given may go dead. It's okay. You've got books you can read. You can tell them stories. Tell them about the old days. Tell them about the greatest snowstorm that you ever went through and how you had to walk uphill in both directions going to school, right? In 3 feet of snow.
Did not feel or heard that last night.
Don't forget your snacks for the kids, especially. The snacks for the kids keeps them busy. Get some healthy one as healthy as you can, but don't load the thing down with stuff they're not going to eat.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd rather chew on wood, as evidenced by a lot of furniture in people's houses. Medically, frostbite, as we've discussed, is a real thing. Now, it can result in amputation of your fingers. If you get frostbite on your belly because you've been wearing something and it is cold and you just don't feel it and your belly gets frostbitten and it turns black, there's stuff out there that's going to have to be cut out on your tummy. Your neck, your back, your ears, all toes, feet and toes, totally subject to heat loss. Stay inside. That would be number one.
Yeah, real quick, Dr. Rose told us last week, I think it was, your feet and your head.
It's where you lose the heat the fastest.
My feet are warm.
Now, when you go out, but when you go outside and you want to get dumb and play, you're going to go out there with your kids and hopefully they'll be so young they won't get dumb. But there's danger in that snow. Below the surface of that snow, there are, just think about the sticks or the things that are there. Just think about the rocks, perhaps. Just think about the tree limbs or the trees and the small bushes that you cut off and they're grown back up and they're sharp, very sharp, pointy thing. You start jumping around and doing the somersaults or playing and you hit one of those. It's called a spear.
Yeah, they hurt.
Or they kill you, one or the other. These are things you got to be careful. Look around. I'd go look around today, and if there's anything in your front yard or backyard where you might be going, I'd make a mark. I'd paint something on it, put a flag on it or something. But just stay away from it.
And I would avoid going into other people's yards.
Oh, yeah.
I'm serious. I mean,
you don't know what's in there.
No, you don't.
No, I don't know.
They may have a hill.
Yeah.
But you don't know what's underneath that snow on that hill.
That can be anything there, stuff left over or whatever.
I will tell you from the many different things I heard this morning and from the National Weather Service. If this comes in like they predict, we may be shut down for 2 to 3 days. So stay home, enjoy your time,
Yeah.
spend some good quality family time.
Don't eat all your food the first day.
I'm sure that they still have food left over from last week when we all went out and bought
Man.
like silly.
Ugh.
But yeah, I mean, it's you're gonna eat like you normally. Nothing's good. Just stay in the house.
You bring up an interesting point. They were interviewing some people at grocery stores last night, and they talked to this one lady who said, and you know what bothers me? Because, and I still have food from last weekend's event, is these people that go in and they hoard all the food that they're going to not eat anyway.
You mean she's got food left over from last weekend and
Yeah.
she's talking about other people?
Well, she wasn't there. She was just there taking someone to the store, but she said she was fine.
Oh,
But these people that are going in and buying, 5 gallons of milk and 10 loaves of bread, and you're not going to.
Why would you do that?
That was her
mean,
point.
figure
This
the
is-
worst case scenario. What's the worst case scenario here? I can relate because I went through
Maybe
that
2
17
days,
inches
maybe.
of snow down
Right.
in Wilmington, and I had a big 4-wheel drive to get around. But where could I go? Nowhere. There was nothing available. I stopped
went
at
to
the
work.
7-Eleven stores. A few of them were open. I
Mhm.
bought alcohol, rubbing alcohol to put on the windshield. Don't do that. Don't do that. Melt that stuff off or stay home. Better off to stay home.
Yeah.
And because your heater, if the temperature is down there in the teens, your heater is, unless you got a really good heater and a nice vehicle that really heats up really well, your heater will not keep up with trying to keep your vehicle warm. Those little buzz cars out there, their engines don't provide enough heat to heat up your car. And the snow, if you got ice that's forming constantly, coming down faster than you can get rid of it, you're going to be stuck. You're going to have a problem.
They're talking 1 to 2 inches per hour during the heavy period, so it's going to come down fast.
Yeah.
Stay inside.
But again, when you go out doing your prep, think about how long you're going to be there, and then in your head, for the number of people you got, map out what you're going to cook and how much you're going to need. Don't overstock. Milk, God, why?
Well, I tell you something else I did is I washed all my pajamas because when I get home today,
You're gonna be in 'em.
I'm going to be in them until I come back out.
How
April,
many
May,
pairs
June.
of pajamas do you have?
April, May, June. I'll be out sometime then.
How many pajamas do you have?
A lot.
None.
What is a
Pajama
lot?
girl. I mean, I have enough to get me through the next week.
I mean, like one a day, or is that what it is?
Well, yeah, you wear one a day, then you take a shower, put on a clean pair, and go to the next
How
day.
about if you don't have a clean shower? I mean, hot water.
And then you go heat some on my grill.
Okay.
Look, you're making this more We're going to be okay, everybody.
None.
We're going to be fine.
I mean, that's.
Chris,
yeah,
don't
I-
even, don't.
I'm just saying.
He has a Chippendale. He doesn't need it.
Oh, no, that's.
One of the.
What happens when a Chippendale marries a stripper?
Yeah.
I wonder.
A chip strip?
Well, if you
strip
get
chip?
snowed in, you got plenty of entertainment.
That would get old after a while.
Bringing her in. For
We're like, really, again?
Rayford, I don't know if you've covered it this morning. I know you did earlier, but in one of our conversations was about going outside with hot water to clear your windshield.
Oh, that's dumb.
Go ahead and call Safe Light or whatever they call it. 'cause
Get some beet juice.
You're gonna need somebody.
Go to Food Line and get your beet juice early this morning.
I wouldn't even put tap water, warm tap water on it. It's
I know it's got to be. Oh, it's Steve. Steve's got
I
it.
just I wouldn't
No,
do
don't
that.
even put regular.
I think
Just
the best thing-
scrape it.
Yeah, you
Or get some
if you
de-icer.
live near the intercoastal waterway where it's got salt water.
Yeah.
Salt water doesn't freeze as fast as so. If you live down there in the Swansboro area, or call Steve, he will bring you a few buckets of salt
Yeah,
water
you
to
will.
thaw,
Very well.
to thaw the ice on your windshield, right, Steve?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, what's up?
I wanted to call in with the tip for the week, man. I don't know if y'all ever heard this before. This time of year, do you have trouble when you get out of the car that you shock yourself from the static electricity?
Yes.
Hold on. We got one female in here. You'll have to guess who it is holding up her hands like, duh.
Everything I touch, when I get up
Everything she
off
touches.
this seat, it creates
I got
electric. It creates
What we're planning to do
Electricity.
What we're planning to do is I'm going to wrap a copper wire around her leg and tie it to the ground outside so
You see-
that she's grounded all the time.
when I go to pick stuff up. I use Rafer's got these
I
wooden
was wondering why.
back scratchers, and I use that to pick up and turn things off because I get everything I touch. I get shocked
You were
continuously.
doing great sounds. today.
I made Chris go turn off the heat earlier. I'm not getting up.
did.
And then he walked over and he touched my back, and what happened?
Okay, well, here's your tip of the week for when
Okay.
you get out of the car to keep from getting shocked.
Okay.
It's very simple, but it's hard to remember. I forget it all the time myself. But if you will take your hand and touch the frame of the door before you put your foot down on the ground, you will not get shocked.
Mhm.
It's
Oh, I
because
would
you
like
put your foot on the ground and then touch the car is what shocks you.
That's a good tip. I mean, I've learned something new.
Just reach over and slap something that's metal, and you will feel the slap more than you will the little zip.
I'm quite a static person, I guess, because I mean I can draw a really hard charge when I get out.
Well, good. And
Between the-
That's what I'm telling
here's
you.
what we're going to do. We're going to hook you and Lee up to some light bulbs in. You can just provide all the electricity we need for the weekend.
Oh yeah, yeah. But like I say, if you just touch the frame of the car or the metal of the car before you put your foot down on the ground, it'll discharge through your foot. You won't feel it.
Now,
Yeah, exactly. Going through your fingers.
one serious note here during the wintertime, and they tell you this all the time. Do not go sit in your car while you're filling the car up with gasoline, because when you get out of your car, you slide your little butt across that fabric. If you are like a Lee and you build up juice in a heartbeat like that, and you go back
Yeah.
there, and as you reach in, there are fumes coming out of a full tank of gas.
Mhm.
And those fumes are what ignites. A spark can set those off. So that's just one of those things.
Oh yeah,
Warning,
yeah, for sure.
just discharge yourself before you go, or don't get back in your car. Or just hold on
Yeah.
to the nozzle the whole time. Your hand will be frozen to it.
I tell you, I've done it before where I've taken my card out and I haven't touched anything yet. And when I touch my card, they put it in the reader.
Yep.
A spark is generated there, and those are the ones that I'm like, I hope my card didn't get messed up.
I did the same thing. I said, "Oh my God, did that zap my card?" Now we'll see.
Everything in here I touch, I get zapped. And I'll just jump and squeal, and Rafer's like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "Just got shocked."
She doesn't know it, but there's a wire hooked to her chair.
I think so. I
It's-
think
it's
so.
carrying 48
I've been
volts.
trying to remember to bring the spray for Static Clean to spray this chair, because it's the material in this chair when I
Just
get
spray
up.
yourself in the mornings before you get here.
Either that or wear.
Get you one of those the things you put in the dryer to keep your
Dryer sheets. Yeah, bring a box of dryer sheets and put them
Yeah.
all in my
wipe yourself
pants.
down.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if I was to get up right now and then touch that mic, and
Show me.
No, Rick.
Show
that's
me. I want to
mean.
hear it.
No. Mm-mm.
There's a good chance.
You
I
don't
heard
have the
Well, anyway,
personality
guys,
I
in the
have, so
microphone.
sit down.
it. That was my tip for the week. And
Yes,
other than
thank
that,
you,
y'all
Steve.
try and stay safe,
You
stay
too,
You
warm,
Steve.
too.
all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll see you on the other side of the blizzard.
Are you be performing Frosty the Snowman anywhere this weekend?
Maybe in my den. That's about as far as I've had to travel this weekend.
Hey, you know what you
I don't know
could
if it
do?
was fortunate or misfortunate, but I don't have any show scheduled this week.
I
So.
got an idea for you. You ever been to New York?
No.
Okay. Well, have you seen the video of the singer that's out there in the streets? Been there
Oh,
since
yeah.
the 80s.
Quite a few.
You could
yes.
just yourself, a pair of cowboy boots, some underwear, and a cowboy hat. That's all he
Underwear,
wears.
yes, that's
And a guitar, and get out there. You could be the singing cowboy of Swansboro.
I've got all that, but I have one extra thing that's going to prevent it, and that's called good sense.
Look at the money that he gets in those boots. He collects a lot.
He can have it, man. I know other ways to make money. Clamming in the summertime sounds better than that.
Oh, I agree with that. I'll buy
Oh,
you
I
clams,
agree.
small ones.
I agree. Well, be safe.
All right, y'all have a blessed
Take care,
weekend.
Steve. Have a blessed
Bye.
weekend.
Clamming in the summertime. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
I'd love
yeah.
to go we used to go clamming in the wintertime all the time. My dad he was a clamming fanatic.
I'm going
I
in
like that.
hibernation this weekend. I'll see you about April, May. This is
You
I
could be
don't
taking a space
like-
trip.
I don't like extreme
for
cold
Mars.
and I don't like extreme heat. I've gotten older now and I'm just happy.
You just want to be normal,
Yeah, I just want to be able to go out
boring.
and sit out on the back deck and not be
Sip your
sweltering
iced-
hot
Sip your iced tea.
or freaking ice cold. I had to go home and fix a section of the fence today too, so I got to go do that.
She gonna go home fix a
Mhm.
section of her fence
Mm-hmm.
to keep the cold out.
No, it's a long story. It's a panel that's come loose. I'm almost finished redoing the whole fence to where no panels will ever come loose in a lifetime again. But with the winds that we're getting this weekend, I don't want that panel to blow down.
Get some super glue.
I got
That's
it
it,
covered.
folks. We will see you on Monday morning. If something really develops, you may as well stay tuned here because we'll post it if there's some serious stuff. If there's fun stuff out there, you got pictures that you want to share with us, Phil. If you post them up there, feel free to share them with us. Well,
Yeah.
and we kind of like
I'll
other people's
post 'em.
pictures. We'll probably try to stay as unpolitical as we can this weekend, but you know how things are. Things are going around in the world, and also hopefully we won't have to deal with any tragedies. But you do realize there will be something, right?
Oh yeah, there's gonna be something.
This is America.
Yes.
This
and
is life.
There's supposed to be protests across the nation today. So
God, oh,
hope everyone is safe and doesn't do anything dumb. Get yourself
Again?
shot.
yeah. All right, we'll see you Monday morning. We have anybody yet?
No.
How about Frosty? Get Frosty in here. He'll be able to clear the walks on the way in. Just roll along, roll up the snow.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see when it starts pulling out Sunday afternoon, what we're looking at for the first
Well,
part
you're
of the
welcome
week,
to
so.
run over both of you and build some
Mhm.
snowmen and snow women in the front yard.
Wanna build a snowman?
That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
We could have them lit. We could put lights in their heads.
Never mind.
Okay, you're live on Local Real Talk, where we're awake, not woke, and we will see you on Monday, if not before. Bye. Have a
Blessed
great
weekend.
weekend. Be safe.